Disaster relief money, your taxpayer dollars, meant for Americans in crisis diverted into luxury hotels for migrants in New York City. Now FEMA officials have been fired, Trump is calling out the waste, and lawmakers are scrambling to explain. So, how did $59 million disappear? Let's break it all down. This scandal started when investigators found that FEMA had quietly redirected $59 million originally intended for disaster relief to pay for high-end hotels for migrants in New York City. The funds were allocated without oversight, and now 4 FEMA officials, including their chief financial officer, have been fired over the scheme.
From FEMA to New York City migrants last week, quote, 4 employees being fired today for circumventing leadership and unilaterally making the egregious payment for hotels for migrants in New York City. There's going to be firings, the names are going to be out, and let's bring in New York Congressman Mike Lawler. Congressman, your thought about that move?
Well, it's long overdue, frankly. These funds have been misappropriated going back to the Biden administration. And New York City, a sanctuary city, has been wasting billions of dollars of taxpayer money, billions with a B, to provide free housing, clothing, food, education, and health care to illegal immigrants, including criminal aliens that are here illegally. And so, I applaud, frankly, DHS for taking action to stop these payments under President Trump's leadership, because we have incentivized cities like New York and states like New York, a sanctuary state, to allow this to continue, and it has to stop.
Look, it cost New York, and it's a little selfish of us, billions of dollars because the water was wide open for 4 years. And the mayor that spoke up got exiled in the Democratic Party.
No question, Eric Adams spoke out against what the Biden administration was doing. He said that the migrant crisis was, quote unquote, destroying New York City. Kathy Hochul authorized billions of dollars of state taxpayer money to pay for all these expenditures. Meanwhile, she's fleecing hardworking New Yorkers $2,500 just for the privilege of driving to work. It really just speaks volumes to how inept, incompetent, and corrupt New York has become under feckless leadership.
Right.
We have to stop this massive influx at the border, which is what President Trump is doing. But we have to stop incentivizing states and cities like New York by spending billions, and in this case from FEMA, $59 million to support their efforts to circumvent federal law. That's really what this boils down to.
Congressman Mike Lawler weighed in on the controversy, calling it a complete failure of government accountability and demanding answers on how FEMA allowed this to happen. And then, Donald Trump entered the conversation, taking direct aim at FEMA for its wasteful spending. He wasted no time calling out the $59 million fiasco.
How do you stop looking? I mean, we've already found it. We have a case in New York where a hotel has paid $59 million. $59 million because it's housing migrants, illegal migrants, all illegal, I believe.
And they were being paid twice the normal room rate at 100% occupancy.
Unbelievable.
So it's a racket.
Mr. Mustang, can I ask you a question?
Well, if I may sort of...
Trump slammed the agency, saying FEMA should be helping Americans recover from disasters, not throwing money at hotels in one of the most expensive cities in the world. He also vowed that if elected again, FEMA and other federal agencies would face serious audits and budget cuts to prevent future corruption. Meanwhile, Democratic Rep. Ayanna Pressley was confronted by a reporter about the FEMA scandal. And let's just say, she wasn't too eager to answer.
Congresswoman, what do you have to say about the fact that FEMA just spent $59 million housing illegal immigrants while people in Western North Carolina lived in tents for the past 4 months? What do you have to say about that? Do you accept that? Do you accept that? Do you accept the fact that, because Doge exposed that today, it sounds like you have a big problem with the fact that Doge... I'm not blocking her. I'm not blocking. Excuse me. Are you okay with that? Do you condemn the fact that Doge exposed FEMA for sending $59 million to house illegal immigrants today.
Excuse me, sir.
Do you condone that?
Excuse me, sir.
I don't know who the
I don't know who. I tell you what. I don't know who you are. Let's go. You're in the way.
I'm not in the way.
You are in the way.
Okay, then get out of my way. Oh, what's that? What's that look? What's that look?
Notice how she completely sidesteps the question. No real response on the wasted taxpayer dollars. No commitment to hold FEMA accountable. Just another politician avoiding responsibility. So, what happens next? Investigations are still ongoing, but FEMA's history of mismanagement raises serious concerns. Will this scandal lead to real change, or is this just another political circus? With Trump vowing to rein in government waste and Republicans pushing for major budget reforms, the future of FEMA is in question. Should this agency be completely overhauled, or is this just an isolated case of bad actors? So what do you think? Should FEMA face massive reforms, or is this just another case of government corruption that will be swept under the rug? Let us know in the comments. Hit like and subscribe for more breaking updates on government accountability and political news. Stay informed. See you in the next one.